U.S. auto workers are demanding an industry shutdown to fight coronavirus. Support is growing rapidly for an immediate shutdown of the auto industry to slow the spread of coronavirus. Auto workers continued to send the World Socialist website Auto Worker newsletter comments denouncing the decision by the companies to maintain full production in the midst of this deadly pandemic. Faced with overwhelming hostility from workers, local-level UAW officials at Ford's Dearborn and Louisville truck plants have made some noises about calling for temporary shutdowns and have filed token grievances. But this is nothing but a cover for the UAW to force workers to remain on the job. The UAW moved quickly to suppress the job action by Warren truck workers who stopped production at the plant's paint shop, fearing that it would provoke a full-scale walkout. Unifor, the Canadian Auto Workers Union, was instrumental in shutting down a work stoppage last week at Windsor Assembly. Auto workers must take matters into their own hands to protect their own safety and the safety of their families and neighbors. The World Socialist website and Socialist Equality Party call on workers from rank-and-file committees to force a shutdown of all non-essential industries and demand full compensation for lost hours. At the same time, they must demand a massive and coordinated global response in opposition to the squandering of trillions of dollars to prop up the stock markets and corporate profit. This is what we were talking about earlier. This article has a number of interesting statements from various workers calling for this. Shutting down the auto industry is not a terrible idea. I think there probably are enough cars on the road at the moment. I don't think we're having major problems with cars breaking down. And
no one's buying any cars.
I want to buy a new car right now, though.
Yeah,
I mean, I have all the money because of the stock market crash.
Yeah, particularly in a time when people are facing financial burden as a result of slowing industry, even stock market concerns. There are regular people that have their savings, 401k savings in the stock market and things that are having those dwindled. It's hard to expect that demand for these cars will remain at the levels that it has been. Not that American auto manufacturing demand has been high for the last couple decades. It seems to have been dwindling for quite a while. That's why they keep offshoring these manufacturing. But more to the point, you're talking about factory conditions where there are large numbers of people working in the same room. And we're talking about a virus that doesn't present symptoms for up to 24 days. So the contagious nature of this puts all people in this particular non-essential industry at risk. I also wanted to call out Neera Tanden put a Twitter thread up earlier today, or maybe late yesterday, calling for a bailout of the airline industry, noting that demand had slumped and is projected to slump by 85%. And she talks about the workers in that industry and, think of the workers. This includes pilots, but baggage handlers, flight attendants. Yes, certainly the airline industry has regular, everyday people working in it that need protection. But the bailout that she's recommending is essentially going to the top of the company. It is.
And where's she getting that money from? I'm sure the bailout is going to go to Jeff Bezos. He's going to pay for it. Warren Buffett is going to.
Right.
Am I right?
Yeah, sure. That's where all that money is coming from. More to the point, it's explicitly a supply side argument. It's what colloquially is often referred to as trickle down. Let's give money to the companies and let the CEOs manage this money that's going down. And even more to the point, why are we using the employees of one particular industry that's undergoing hardship as a shield to disguise the fact that you're bailing out a company, one specific industry, right? Travel demand is important and it is essential, and we will need to have these kind of travel things in the future. But demand has slumped for it at the moment. And there are some of us that remember what airline travel was like pre-9/11, where flights weren't routinely overbooked, where we weren't going through security theater at every point, and we weren't nickel and dimed for having checked bags, and it was actually a pretty pleasant experience.
Yeah, going to the airport was a nice experience. You'd actually go all the way to the terminal and actually see your loved one actually get on the airplane, sit there in the terminal, and actually watch the airplane fly off, and then you have the perfect closure. You don't have that anymore. And you also used to go and wow.
By the way, can I point out very quickly, just on that topic, that of all the hijackings that have been stopped since then that have gotten through, all of them have been stopped by passengers. In just the same exact way. Hey, we need cops in our schools, except no cop has ever stopped a mass shooting. So.
But there are U.S. Marshals on the plane. That's beside the point. The point is, why are we hyper-focusing on one industry that really has reaped a lot of reward and financial benefit and caused a lot of hardship? Think about every year. It's like clockwork around the holidays, right? Thanksgiving, Christmas holiday. People trying to travel, people trying to get home, and they're just overbooked and they can't make it. And then people get lost baggage. People can't make it back for work in time. That's hardship that individuals go through. But God forbid these CEOs not be able to make money hand over fist like they traditionally are used to. Their income is slowing down. This is such a hardship. You know what? There are people in the restaurant industry. There are people in the theater industry. There are people in the hospitality industry. There are people in all kinds of industries that are undergoing massive financial hardship. Why don't we give money directly to the people? Why don't we do something like this emergency UBI rather than give it to the companies directly and just hope it'll find its way to their workers?
So wait, Paul, let's do a little role play real quick. So I'm gonna be Neera Tanden. I want you to ask me for a bailout for the CEOs. Then I want you to ask me for a bailout for the workers.
Hey, the airline industry is going through a demand slump. We need money, Neera.
No, these people definitely need a bailout. There's no question. We need to get them money right away.
Neera, I'm starving. Please. I need some
money.
How
are we going to pay for it? How are we going to pay for it? This idiot thinks that we can just give money to regular people. Go screw off.
So here's the thing, and we need to remember this. Working class families need a financial bailout. They need a stimulus package. What we need is $1 trillion stimulus, more than $1 trillion stimulus package to really help out.
What the Fed gave, that's what the Fed gave this month. That'll be good.
Well, what the Fed gave to Wall Street, the federal government needs to give to every single American. We need these resources now because there are families out there struggling. This coronavirus pandemic that we are in is only the beginning right now. Stores are losing their inventory. People are panic buying and hoarding stuff. I went to a local store in my neighborhood and all of the milk is gone. All the bread is gone. All the water is gone. All the toilet paper is gone. Everything is gone almost, and the place is being picked clean. The only thing that's still there is booze and candy and maybe some other junk food and some fresh produce. But I mean, at this point right now, why does the airline industry need a bailout? Oh, because they can't make their profits anymore? When people lose the ability to provide for their families or themselves, the last thing they're going to think about is going on a vacation. The last thing they're going to do is escape. The one thing they want to do is provide for their home, their family, and their livelihood so that they can continue on the next day. But the reality is in the United States is that one bad day, and you're stuck with a medical bill, or you can't pay off your student debt, your ridiculous student debt, or you can't even pay any kind of gas utility or electric utility. You lose it all. You lose your home. You lose your family. You lose everything. Where's our bailout? We have been bled dry for so long, we have nothing left to give. So as far as I am concerned, corporate media, the establishment, Wall Street, banks, corporations, and the political establishment, please sit down and move out of the way. No, in fact, no, not please. Get the hell out of our way because you're not running an effective system anymore. For 40 plus years, we've been lied to. For 40 plus years, we've been strung along. And now guess what? We're seeing cracks in the system. Everyone's talking about it. You just can't bury it anymore. Things are not going to go back to normal. No one wants that anymore because what we've called normal for so long is a goddamn lie.
I would go as far as to say United Auto Workers union members of the auto worker industry, ignore the Taft-Hartley Act and walk out.
Yeah, go ahead. What are they going to do to you? At this point right now, the markets are falling. I don't care if they're coming back. No, it's a fake system that we got. The markets are falling. The political establishment doesn't give a crap about anyone. Corporate media doesn't give a crap about anyone. These pundits don't give a crap about anyone. So, yeah, step up and fight back. Let them have a bad day. Because as far as we're concerned, we're getting screwed around. Enough is enough.
Yeah, I just want to add to Neera Tanden specifically. I'm speaking to you. I'm sure you watch the show all the time.
She's our #1 subscriber.
Yeah, there you go. you're a capitalist, right? So why not follow your own logic and just, if a company's not doing well, let it fail. That's
Yeah.
your own logic. I know
It's
when
the
small
invisible
businesses
hand of the free
happen,
market.
when regular families
Invisible
are
hand,
failing.
right?
Hold on,
Yeah.
wait. The invisible hand of the free market right here. Here's what I think of it. That's what I think of the invisible hand right there.
Yeah, but it's like when regular families fail, when small businesses fail, let's treat it the same way you feel about the little guy. Let's be consistent at least. Shall we?
Yep.
It's not their strong suit.
Yeah, no. You're asking pundits.
I'm asking the wrong question. I'm
Yeah.
asking, hey, when you use your integrity, no, that was the problem from the beginning. I should have said when you want to get what you want versus when you don't want something.
Yeah.
Literally what's happening here. Let's
Exactly.
be real.
Hey, welcome to Hard Lens Media. We're Evolution of Manly, the show about the evolving ideas of what it means to be a man in today's society, and we are shooting here at the 99 Perspective Studio. You can see us and a bunch of other shows on their website, which is in the link in the description below.